I'm wearing red today because we're talking about love. Okay, I don't normally dress in fame, but really, what is the color of wisdom or temperance? So this was my first opportunity, to be fair. Today we're talking about the virtue of humanity, and it's a pretty short one. There are only 3 character strengths that are part of it. None of these particularly apply to business over any other domain of someone's life. They really are about being a good person. And all of the character strengths, I want to be clear, are all positive and they all contribute to society. These 3 in particular, however, we will notice as being quite other person centered, right? So yes, humor, for example, can add levity to someone's life by making them happier, but some of the others don't. Like, you could appreciate beauty or excellence and not express it through gratitude. You can have gratitude and not express it. These are very specifically about an expression. So let's go over them and just maybe fill it one with how we embrace these to be the best versions of ourselves. And I think about that with all the character strengths. So the first one discussed is love. Love, there are obviously many types of love. The Greeks named different types of love, which we failed to do in English, and I'm sure we failed to do in many other languages. I think that's a mistake. There are many types of love, but the definition here is great, I think. Love is marked by the sharing of support, comfort, and acceptance. It involves strong positive feelings, commitment, and even sacrifice. Now, I do believe that commitment is something very specific, and wanting to sacrifice for someone is a certain level of love. Maybe it's love with a capital L. And the other types of love, though, you can show love to a stranger by supporting them and giving them aid, comforting them, accepting them. I think the opposites really show this, because the opposite of love, the absence of reciprocated love, is clearly negative, the book says. Alienation, estrangement, loneliness. The opposite of love is even more so: hatred, loathing, spite, abhorrence. We have all, I would venture to say, we have all at some point felt alienated, estranged, lonely. I think you would really have to hate someone to want them to feel that way too. So how do we help people not feel as lonely or estranged? Well, in the workplace or in high school, it would be about not having cliques, making everyone feel included, showing them that they are enjoyable to be around and that you support them when you can. And I said that like it's an easy thing to do, and I appreciate that it is not always easy to do. One of the things I've been thinking about over the past several months has been how transactional relationships can be, and especially at the workplace. And I'm certainly as guilty of this as anyone, that we ask for something, we'd like that in return, someone does it, and we like them well enough, right? But to actually have a compassion for someone, which we're going to see in the next one, is more humanity than just a transactional relationship. So the next one is, the next character strength is kindness, which they also term, because they get all these terms from research. So what research did they look into, and what did they call that in research? This is a way for psychologists to go back and look at that research and understand how it applies. Kindness, generosity, nurturance, care, compassion, niceness. This is a little bit what I was talking about toward the end of love, which is just doing good deeds for people. So this character strength describes the pervasive tendency to be nice to other people, to be compassionate and concerned about their welfare, to do favors for them, to perform good deeds, and to take care of them. Kindness can be a fleeting act directed towards strangers, or it can entail a profound gift within an established relationship. So from this, you can see that you could love someone and not necessarily nurture them or be kind. And that would be a certain type of love, and maybe it wouldn't be the deepest love, or it would be a problematic love, but there is some distinction there. But if you love someone and you had a profound gift, like within the relationship, you gave them something special, that's a very strong version of love. But kindness, I mean, I'm sure you have given your time to clean up a park, to go help feed strangers, maybe at a homeless shelter or a domestic abuse hotline. Maybe you've given your time. That is all kindness, and it's about the welfare of others and trying to help others. The opposite of this is selfishness, stinginess, or mean-spiritedness. Now, I'm sure none of us think of ourselves as mean-spirited, but we know people who are. And I think that in business, in the workplace, we definitely do not want to be stingy with our compassion for people, even if we can't actually take care of everyone, right? Maybe we're not that close to people, but a kindness can be an attitude. One person that I know I see this in all the time is our HR director, our HR manager, and she is just nurturing and caring about everybody, and she astonishes me. I just cannot, she's so high in this character strength. It's amazing. I'm sure you have people like that as well. The last one is social intelligence, also called emotional intelligence. And I know quite a few years ago, a couple decades ago, there were so many books about emotional intelligence and how important it is in all of the other character strengths, in my opinion. It says the opposite of social intelligence is patently undesirable. Some of the words they use are clueless, self-deceived, lacking insight. And one of the things I was thinking about is how socially intelligent you have to be to use humor. We talked about humor last time, or recently, to use humor to add levity to someone. So maybe you were going in and your friend has a bad diagnosis and you find a way to make them laugh. That's a gift, right? That's a gift, and it requires social intelligence, and that is why it is considered such a strong character strength. And it's very much seen in attachment, leadership, playfulness. So it really empirically showed up as a very strong character strength. These are the character strengths of humanity, and I find it inspirational to reread this section every once in a while to remind myself that life is not made up of transactions with other people, but about really connecting with people in a humane and deep level. I hope you got something out of this one. We only have one virtue left after this to discuss.